Maryland has a long history of women who have done brave and bold things, women who are trailblazers, women like Anna Ella Carroll. And if you haven't heard of her, you're about to. Jill Moss Greenberg, Executive Director of the Maryland Women's Heritage Center, here to tell us all about her. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having us. It's so appropriate that we have this on Veterans Day, because most people have never heard of her, and yet President Lincoln wanted to honor her as a general.
As a general, a woman, which at that time had to be unheard of, a crazy idea.
Absolutely, and people don't know about her role. She was from the Carroll family, which is very well known in Maryland. We have Carroll County is her family. Her father was governor in 1830. And she became knowledgeable about military things. She became close with President Lincoln and wrote brochures and booklets about the war, and she helped Maryland stay on the Union side of the war. After that, President Lincoln had her serve doing reconnaissance, coming back, and in some ways the stereotype of a woman helped her because people didn't realize that if she was on a train, she was acquiring information, and that helped. However, she helped devise military strategies, such as the Tennessee Plan, which she was instrumental in developing, and that was one of the plans that General Grant used that helped us for the North actually win the war. And yet they couldn't tell. President Lincoln said, we have quotes from him, that the public and the soldiers couldn't know this plan was designed by a woman, or they wouldn't follow it.
And you mentioned that Lincoln wanted to make her a general but never did. Why is that?
Yes. There's a famous painting by Francis Carpenter that was done in 1864. You're showing it right there. And if you look to the right, there's an empty chair.
I think our logo may be blocking it.
Right behind the logo is an empty chair that all the scholars now believe was Anna Ella Carroll's chair. And this was at the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. And we are now having an artist in Dorchester County, Laura Era, repaint this painting and put Anna Ella Carroll, after 116 years, put her into her proper chair. It's very exciting. We're having a big event in Dorchester County on November 20th that we would love for people to come who are interested in history, who are interested in the Civil War, who are interested in the rights and recognition of women that is so long overdue. It's on Saturday, November 20th, at the Cambridge Hyatt Regency Chesapeake Bay. The group that started this is Friends of Anna Ella Carroll, headed by Frank Bittner from Dorchester County. And the three people spearheading it, I have to say, are all septuagenarians or octogenarians. They are determined that Anna Ella Carroll will get the recognition that President Lincoln wanted for her while they're still alive, and so they've begun this.
Even if it means taking it to Washington and getting
That's
that
right.
recognition.
We're
That's
talking
great.
to our senators and congresspeople to see if finally she can get the recognition that would have happened if Lincoln hadn't been assassinated. And there's a long history. In part of recognizing her, and why Veterans Day is so appropriate, is that on November 20th at 12 noon, we're having Brigadier General Wilma Vaught, which many people know of her because she spearheaded the drive to get the memorial for women in military service that's at Arlington Cemetery. And she's coming to have a ceremony and lay a wreath at last on Anna Ella Carroll's grave. And in the evening, we will have a VIP reception, a world premiere of a film that director Bruce Bridegroom made about Anna Ella Carroll called The Lost River. And the director-producer will be there, the actor who played Lincoln, the actress who played Anna Ella Carroll, and C.K. Larson, who was the definitive biographer of Anna Ella Carroll, will all be there for this wonderful event. We will be having the world premiere of the film, preceded by a VIP reception that's co-sponsored by the Maryland Women's Heritage Center and the Friends of Anna Ella Carroll from Dorchester County. And if people would like to get tickets, can I say that?
Absolutely, but then we have to go.
Okay, people who like to get tickets, you can get it online from our website for the Maryland Women's Heritage Center. It's mdwomensheritagecenter.org. We're totally nonprofit, and we would love you to come visit us, and definitely come on November 20th.
All right, Jill Moss Greenberg, thank you for coming in and
Very
telling us
welcome.
about this. She's going to come back as soon as she's a general.